The regional record-extending 15th anniversary celebration of the Jim King of the TV show continues on Fox 4 and the CW. And we are celebrating this magnificent milestone with part 2 of our Frank Foster Fest mini-series, Southeast Texas Style. During the half hour, we'll catch up with fellow independent entertainer Frank Foster at Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee. That pandemic was really hard on you guys.
It's tough, man. I realized that about a month into it. I was like, man, you know what? We were the first people to get shut down. We're going to be the last people to be able to go back to work. So, yeah, luckily we've, like I said, been pretty successful over the years and was able to hide our coin a little bit. And, we made it.
Let the sweet southern wind blow me back home. I need everybody's hands together. Get with me. Come on.
We'll feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. We'll also wear the Southeast Texas debut of another of Frank Foster's music videos as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville. And Frank Foster will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center in Point Neches.
King of the road.
Howdy and welcome to the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4 and the CW. I'm Jim King of the Road. We're continuing our celebration of the regional record-extending 15th anniversary of this weekly entertainment extravaganza. With this magnificent new milestone, we're extending our regional record for an independently produced local entertainment-based TV program. Man, how time flies. You're having a royal time. Speaking of royalty, in honor of this magnificent milestone for King of the Road Productions, we're featuring fellow independent entertainer Frank Foster in this KOTR mini-series. Like me, Frank has taken the road less traveled in the entertainment industry. He's been his own boss for over a decade and prefers to keep it that way. Having your own small business is the American dream, after all. Once again, here's a big old tip to the Crown Boy hat to the Frank Foster Nation. Of course, we play a lot of Frank Foster on King's Country Internet Radio. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with your Bluetooth connection. King's Country is streaming worldwide on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. And stream the multi-award-winning and nationally recognized Jim King of the Radio show, middays, Monday through Friday, on King's Country at kingscountry.net. There's no better listening experience anywhere. Now ride shotgun with me to Honky Tonk, Texas and Silsbee, Texas for the conclusion of our Frank Foster mini-series. We always cruise Cadillac style, as seen and heard on Southeast Texas TV and radio.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road show.
Oh, hi to the guy.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the road. I need your hands. Come on, everybody. Get the windows down, hitting uptown, find some Johnny Cougar on my radio. I scored me a six-pack, wasn't wasting no time. I had to holler at my homeboys out on Highway 9. Show up, roll up, load up, and head down to the lake road. Something about a sweet little thing on your mind. Something about the slow southern summertime. Something about the way that old moonlight was popping off the pine. Something about the brown eyes and them cut-off jeans. Something about the sweet, sweet 17. Here's to all y'all, you know you missing something bad like me. There was something about...
We started 2006, July 17, 2006 was the very first episode of the Jim King of the TV show. And we
You're
just
older than I am, Jim.
770.
How many episodes?
I'm a lot older than you.
I know that, but I'm talking about in your show year.
We're closing in on 800.
I don't know.
800 weeks. We lost a couple because of hurricanes.
Right.
A few times. We were down for a couple of weeks. I think 2 or 3 times.
I'd like to know how many shows I've played in 10 years, but I may not like to know.
You do more shows than I do because I just do one a week. You're doing about 2 a week right now?
I do 2 a week, but there was, a big part of my career, October, November, December, the majority of that I would take off. Some of April, but after the 2020 we had, I told these guys I don't know how much taking off I'll do anymore. It made me realize, man, while it's there, you better get it. You can take off when they quit coming.
That pandemic was really hard on you guys.
It's tough, man. I realized that about a month into it. I was like, man, you know what? We were the first people to get shut down. We're going to be the last people to be able to go back to work. So, luckily, we've, like I said, been pretty successful over the years and was able to hide our coin a little bit. And, we made it. You know what I mean? Everybody made it through it. We're back out here now and everything's rocking and rolling. And we couldn't be happier to be back.
Yeah, a year ago, I was wondering if I could ever come back here and sit this close to you. We had to have that social distance thing going on.
Crazy, man. Craziest thing I ever seen. But I did an interview with a young lady out of Mississippi a while back, and she said something that really rang true to me. She said, because we were talking about, the road and how much it's made me appreciate it again after all these years. And she said, you were soaking it in, but you were soaking it up, but you wasn't soaking it in. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I was soaking it up, but I wasn't soaking it in. So we're soaking it up, in, and everything else now.
About the sweet, sweet 17. Here's to all y'all who know you missing something bad like me. There was something about being free. There was something about being free.
Still to come, we'll air the Southeast Texas debut of another one of Frank Foster's music videos as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville. We'll also feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. And Frank Foster will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches. But next we'll air more of our exclusive with fellow independent entertainer Frank Foster at Honky Tonk, Texas. Thanks so much for your time,
the King.
Frank.
I love it, man. I love it, brother. Thank you so much, man, for having us, and every time we're back, you're more than welcome.
I appreciate you, man. Man, how time flies when you're having a royal time. It's part 2 of the regional record extending 15th anniversary celebration of the Jim King of the TV show. Terrell's Tree Service is the king of trees.
We cut down and prune and trim and recognize diseases, and we think we do a good service for our community.
I don't believe I've ever called another tree service. Very professional, very professional.
We got a 65-foot bucket truck here. We've got bobcats and skid steers. We've got stump grinders.
Terrell's Tree Service, the king of trees.
Red Wagon Cafe at 445 Freeway in Viter is serving up delicious dishes in king-size portions.
All-you-can-eat buffets are Friday for lunch and breakfast on Saturdays and Sundays. My favorite lunch special is Pork Chop Tuesday. The fried pork chops are fantastic.
It's real good. I enjoy it. It's awesome. Pork chop day.
Sink your teeth into delicious fried catfish with all the fixings on the Friday buffet.
Red Wagon Cafe, 445 West Freeway in Viter.
Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here.
I tell this story most every night, and we'll keep on doing it until the day we quit doing it. You pick your heroes, you pick them good, few and far between. I've done that in my life, so let's do one for all them good daddies still left out there one time. Here we go. These old work boots, they become my Sunday shoes. And these old careless hands I've grown accustomed to. I can't hardly fight the way I'm turning out to be. Lord, I'm seeing my old man in me. Well, this old cur dog has become my best friend. Yesterday we hit them woods and tomorrow we'll do it again. There's something about an old creek bottom makes me feel free. Lord, I'm seeing my old man in me, and I can't hide what I really am. Even though it took a while
That's what I thought about, and that's what I said when this whole thing started with the pandemic, that I think when we get on the other side of it, we'll appreciate so much more what we have. I mean, we're all kind of jaded in this society.
Yeah, it is, man. It's like I don't want to say I'd come accustomed to it, but after you've been doing it as long as we have and people have been showing up this long, you know, I never got on the bus with any fear that I wasn't going to have a good crowd or things like that. And then when that's not there for you anymore, it makes you realize how lucky you really were. So, like I said, man, we're every opportunity we get, we're gonna go out there and have fun. Whether it's 2 people or 2,000, we're going to give it to them. So
you've been in the studio too. I know you've released about an album a year since you started a decade ago, and you got a new one coming out in September.
Yep, got a new one coming out in September as our 9th album. That makes me feel old too, but it also makes me feel accomplished, and it makes me feel appreciative of. I mean, there's people that have had. You know, from the outside looking in, people think that have had way bigger careers than I have that ain't put out 9 records. So that's a testament again to the fans and them supporting us for so long. Just unbelievable, man. When this thing started, I didn't know what my goal was, but getting close to 10 albums in 10 years, man, that's my goal. And by next May, I think we're going to accomplish that, and that's going to be incredible.
Nowhere to go, I need a whole lot that leave me alone. The sweet southern wind blow me back home. I need everybody's hands together. Get with me, come on. Here there's always a few of us kicking us down on dust. Got a home, ran a farm, riding around, bump the old walls, catch a damn bag of road. But yeah, there's still a few of us kicking us down on dust. Got a home, ran a farm, riding around, bumping the old walls, catching us a bag of road. How many of y'all catch you a back road buzz just every now and then, my friend?
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
You'll be drinking whiskey till the break of day. The want some more Frank, roll down your windows and let it play and raise your glasses high. Raise them up on the crazy country night. Come on.
6 albums now, and you wrote everything. Every single song that you've released and put on the albums was written by you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've written every single lyric to every song. It's just a blessing to be able to write songs. I've done it a lot of different ways, you know, but mostly alone. Upstairs at my house or on the front porch or up in a deer stand, something cool will come to you. But it's always it's always been my favorite part of it is the writing.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee is the Southeast Texas headquarters for live music, dinner, drinking, and dancing. Honky Tonk Texas features a steady stream of the best live entertainment in the Lone Star State. Come scoot a boot and shoot some pool or shuffleboard. Make plans to be at the Honky Tonk Texas every Thursday for steak night. Delicious Texas-sized steaks cooked to perfection with all the fixins. And don't forget the world-famous Honky Tonk Grill inside of Honky Tonk Texas. See your favorite national, regional, and local artists on the Honky Tonk stage. Drink, dance, and dine on Friday nights at Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee, Texas.
Pine Tree Lodge in LaBelle has overcome a lot in the past few years with hurricanes, floods, a demolition, and the pandemic. But the Miller family has come back better than ever. Pine Tree Lodge, where the road ends and the fun begins, in the scenic setting of Taylor's Bayou. Dance to live music Thursday through Sunday, and stop in soon for fantastic atmosphere, friendly folks, and delicious food and drink. Pine Tree Lodge in LaBelle, Texas.
5 Star Feeds, located at 580 Highway 365 in Port Arthur, Texas, has it all, and they are locally owned by Tina Bean. 5 Star has all the feed you could possibly need, as well as hardware, horse saddles and tack, name brand Western and workwear, and much more. 5 Star Feeds in Port Arthur, Texas. Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here. The regional record extending 15th anniversary celebration of the Jim King of the TV show continues on Fox 4 and the CW.
King of the Road.
Howdy, and thanks again for watching the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4 and the CW. I'm Jim King of the Road. Still to come, Frank Foster will be in the Royal Spotlight, brought to you by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches, Texas. But now it's time for the Southeast Texas debut of another one of Frank Foster's new music videos as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville. Of course, Pine Tree Lodge has it all going on. Fabulous live music Thursday through Sunday, fantastic food, delicious drinks, a king-size dance floor, and great service. And all in the scenic setting of Taylor's Bayou in LaBelle, Texas. Stop in there soon and tell Mike, Sandy, and Norma Miller that Jim King of the TV and radio sent you. As I mentioned last week, Frank Foster was born just down the road in Cypress Bottom, Louisiana, but now calls Tennessee home. Again, I've chosen Frank to be the focus of our 15th anniversary celebration because of his love for self-employment in the entertainment business. Like us here at King of the Road Productions, he has taken the road less traveled, or as he calls it, riding the dark horse. Frank recently celebrated the 10th anniversary of the release of his debut album, Rowdy Reputation, and has new music coming out in September. Here comes His Highness and Lone Chief recording artist Frank Foster with the Southeast Texas debut of A Few More Miles as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville.
How long can I go on? How much farther can I go? Ain't these old boots seen enough of this old road? Oh, 'cause lately I've been leaning more toward home and that boy child, and letting my old head hang for a little while. But for now I got to keep on running. Now some gon' think I'm crazy, but a few will understand how the highway can take a few things from a man. A few warm nights at home, a few loves and a few dreams, and a few good years, Lord, it seems. But for now I got to keep on running. Fill this old world with all I can. And between now and when I'm long gone, put on for down home ain't much. I like more than just slowing down. Loading up her and that young'un and just riding around. Then my soul gets restless. Lord, and I can't sleep at night. 'Cause a rambler longs to hear the big wheels whine. So for now I got to keep on running. Fill this whole world with all I can. Between now and when I'm long gone, put on for down home and put a few more miles on a Music Man. And put a few more miles on a Music Man.
Pine Tree Lodge in LaBelle has overcome a lot in the past few years with hurricanes, floods, a demolition, and the pandemic. But the Miller family has come back better than ever. Pine Tree Lodge, where the road ends and the fun begins, in the scenic setting of Taylor's Bayou. Dance to live music Thursday through Sunday, and stop in soon for fantastic atmosphere, friendly folks, and delicious food and drink. Pine Tree Lodge in LaBelle, Texas.
Coming up next, Frank Foster will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches. Man, how time flies when you're having a royal time. It's part 2 of the regional record-extending 15th anniversary celebration of the Jim King of the TV show.
And my father would paint cars and trucks for people at the refinery, and my mom would tape them up while he was at work at the refineries, and when he got off, he'd spray them, and yeah, it's a way of life.
Of course, everything changes in life, but one thing has remained constant since the Bradley family started Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches, Texas, way back in 1962. You can still trust that they'll get the job done with fairness, expertise, and precision. Now 3 generations of Bradleys have carried on that legacy of professionalism that was started almost 60 years ago.
Said how many of y'all came to Honky Tonk, Texas to get rowdy tonight? Y'all put y'all hands together for me. Here we go, everybody. Yeah. It's your time to shine. Y'all sing it to me loud as you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Said I need a cold beer. Louder. Said I need. Like some whiskey straight and that loving fast. And tell me why. 'Cause I've been touring around the nation. Come on. Yeah. Y'all know what the question is? How many rednecks we got in this song business? Put your hands together, Texas. Let's go. Long chief and the eagle, and I'm floating in on the breeze. One man gang, bring a little change, you see. Putting down that kind of sound you can bump when you ride back roads. It's that rock and roll, redneck rock and roll. I drive in the country and I got a whole lot of soul. Crank it up in a rowdy crowd and let your boots stomp the floor. I play that rock and roll, yes sir. Gunslinger, I rode into Nashville town to took a shot with the suits and ties, but they gave me the runaround. They said, hey, Frank, you're the next big thing if you just let us take control. And I said, heck no, I'm playing redneck rock and roll. Here we go. Redneck rock and roll. Hard driving the country, and I got a whole lot of soul. Crank it up in a rowdy crowd and let your boots stomp the floor. I play that redneck rock and roll. Now you rednecks make a little noise in here tonight. From sea to shining sea, as the underground king, the South Son, the big dog in Dixie, went from catching chicks as a roughneck down in the Gulf of Mexico to playing rock and roll, redneck rock and roll, hard driving country, and I got a whole lot of soul. Crank it up in a rowdy crowd and let boots stomp the floor. I play that redneck rock and roll. Texas, y'all get with me, hands together, everybody, here we go.
And my father would paint cars and trucks for people at the refinery, and my mom would tape them up while he was at work at the refineries, and when he got off, he'd spray them, and yeah, it's a way of life.
Of course, everything changes in life, but one thing has remained constant since the Bradley family started Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches, Texas, way back in 1962. You can still trust that they'll get the job done with fairness, expertise, and precision. Now 3 generations of Bradleys have carried on that legacy of professionalism that was started almost 60 years ago.
Advertising on the King of the Road Show HD is effective and affordable. For more information, call us at 748-9689 or email Jim at jimkingoftheroad.com.